Stay with your legs media. You know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Thanks. We got lots of stuff coming up. Hello, hello, hello. No sound, no sound, no sound. There we go. There we go. That's what's up. So, welcome to the recovery ride. My name is Dennis Luby, and you're watching Stay with Your Legs Media. And we're just going to talk about some stuff that's happened in the past week. So, we're going to start this week off, or today off, like this. Unfortunately, we're going to bring you. We'll start off in the summer. It is sad news. There was a rider from Africa. I believe he's from Uganda. If I got this wrong, I do apologize, but he's from Africa. His name is Sule, and he was an amazing rider for Team Omani. He was an endurance mountain bike rider, and last year about this time when he went to the US to compete in a race, I don't know what happened because I didn't get a chance to look into the story, but he obviously fell into some difficulty and he passed away. So an amazing young man, an amazing talent, and it's unfortunate that I don't have more information to bring you on him. I had him. Looks like I changed my my shows, so I'm lost all of my stuff. Screenshot. Let me just grab him for you real quickly. Just so you can hear his voice. So we're gonna bring you Sule. His name is Sule. Go to. Okay, and here's Sule.
And now that the world knows who Team Omani is and what we're capable of, what's the next step?
I think the next step will probably be, we want to come out there. This year we have been, we tried to go out a little bit, but we have still ambitions to go to the USA and race there, and not just racing, but be competitive and try to win some races over there.
So that's Sule. Basically, he's just talking about this is just prior to him going over to the USA to do some racing, and also correspondence with his teammate Jordan Slack, who I was speaking to it today, and he was just telling me a little bit about him. So I guess I'll do a bit more of a story on him, do something a bit more in depth on Sule, and to condolences to him and his family. It's been a year gone, and I'm pretty sure he is missed because he was an amazing young man. So next we're going to get into Remco Evenepoel. We need to. So hello and thank you for the like. I've got to. So if I get rid of this, I'm gonna get rid of me as well. So yeah, I will be back. There I am, and I need to fix my background. It's too much. There we go. So this is in the process of no jerseys up today because I'm getting this is going to be my green screen. So got the paint and everything, and I'm gonna get it sorted out and hooked up. But I gotta clean it up, send it down, and prep it and everything. So come Friday for the live, I'll have my green screen at the back and everything, and we should be able to put some images up there. But big up to Sharon. This is a guy, he races in California. He races elite in California. And if you know him, he goes by the Take Video Time. Yo, what's up? It's video time. So this is his take. So he did some t-shirts. I got a t-shirt and God bless. The GB means God bless. So big up to Sharon. Talented, amazing, talented. Older athlete as well too, but amazingly talented. So on to the next thing. So now we're going to jump into, I got a bunch of things to talk about. So we're going to talk about La Volta, which is happening right now, which is the Tour of Spain. And in La Volta, I really, let me see if I could get back the group. It looks like I can. So I'm going to have to just pull this up again. So I had Berhani up. How I got rid of him, I don't know. So currently for the Tour of Spain, like usually have one or two African riders racing, and maybe sometimes three, four, and five. So they've really been like, especially Tour Italy, they tend to represent quite well. But this year in the La Volta, the Tour of Spain, we only have one rider. I say we, yes, I say we. We only have one rider in the Tour of Spain. His name is Bohani. Bohani is his last name. Let me see. It's Wele Hegos Bohani. So let's get a couple pictures of him up here. Is that images? No, I brought the wrong one. I put movies, so we need images in this. And there we go. And this is a good picture of him, so you can see exactly who he is. There we go. This is Welo Halos Bohani. He's a climber. He's riding for Jaco Alula, and they did the first stage yesterday in some horrendous weather. I mean, it was ridiculous. So I'm going to get into that. That's going to be the highlight of today's show. So we're going to talk about the conditions that the Tour of Spain started in yesterday, and Remco Evenepoel, the defending champion of the Tour of Spain from last year, from 2022, he was like, oh my goodness, he did not mince his words. He was not happy at all with the way the race was situated. So I'm going to get into that a little later, but this is Welo Hagos Bohani, and he is the only African at the minute racing from, I believe it is Eritrea. Let me just double check that, because I get slammed by the African nations when I get their riders wrong. So let's go to African Pro Cyclist. Welos Bahani teams, and okay, so I need to go to Pro Cycling Stats, but I'm pretty sure he is from Ethiopia? I believe he's from Ethiopia. He's either from Ethiopia or Eritrea. And the easy way to find out is if I go on this, go on my phone, and let's see. I don't know what that was. That was me being pokey. Someone left a message somewhere, and I was trying to check it instead of going to where I need to go to. So go to Pro Cycling Stats. So I normally would bring the Pro Cycling Stats up on the computer, but I can't be bothered today. Borhani Wele. So if I type in Wele, okay, and he is from Ethiopia. So this is the thing about it. It's like with the African riders, you need to correctly identify who they are and where they are from. There is no making mistakes with these riders and their fans. They are very, very passionate, because if I say the wrong name, I probably get like 10 comments from different people all correcting me, and he is from Ethiopia. You don't know what you're talking about. They do not play. They do not play at all. So that's Wele, and he's like I said, he's riding the Tour of Spain this year, the La Volta, as it's pronounced. And how's he gonna do? Like, cause the climbs and the stages in when they do start climbing in the Tour of Spain, they can be pretty ferocious. So I think the toughest climbing stages happen in the Tour of Spain and the Tour of Italy, even though the Tour de France is the most popular and it is said to be the hardest race, and it was pretty fast this year. It was pretty aggressive this year, the Tour de France. But the climbs in the Tour of Italy and the Tour of Spain, they are just insane. So that's our Wele Bahani. So that's our representative from the continent of Africa, from Ethiopia. I'm gonna wish him all the best, and we'll be watching him day to day. He didn't do too much today because I'm gonna get into that and just talk about how today went and then how yesterday went. Yesterday was pretty. Yesterday was something. So we're gonna get into that in a minute. So that's way late. Anything else we need to talk about? So there's the One Love Century that's next week in the U.S. I believe that's in Atlanta, and it's probably the biggest, like one of the biggest gatherings of folks of color. Like they go and they have a good time. And I was speaking to one person who said that they did the century last year, but they're only going to do the 60 miles this year because they missed out on a lot of the activities and fun because you're out there for a lot longer and stuff. So it's obviously very entertaining. People go there, they have a good time. So yeah, it sounds like a good time will be had. And I think I'm going to get like a little report on the event after the event. So next Sunday, for the next Sunday in the recovery ride, we should have some footage from the One Love Cycling Festival Grand Fondo, and as some people go down there and see there's some type of race, but it is what it is. So check that out, like One Love, and I should have been in this. So let's do this. One Love Century. Okay. So yeah, there we go. That's going to be happening next week. The One Love Century. I'm a bit late with my graphic. I'm just like like I say, we're building the plane as we fly it, and so next week, hopefully, we should be able to bring you some pictures and a little bit of video and stuff from the One Love Century ride. Anyway, let's get into the next thing. Let's get ready for the next thing. So, what is the next thing going to be? We should get rid of Century, and we are going to let's talk about the kids in Ethiopia. This is pretty amazing. So what I'm going to do, let me just let me break it. And the title will say it all, but then I let the video play. And still tired. That I've been for my mom. The kids in Ethiopia. Yeah, so let's put that there. The kids in Ethiopia. Kids in Ethiopia. I don't know how it's pronouncing that. So let's pull this video up really quickly. And I did drop it into Ethiopia kids. Okay. Here we go. And it's done that, so it's gonna bump me up when I finish it.
Almost 100 gram. Okay, cycling in war is that's one crazy thing to do. Of course, it's very dangerous, and we not only in war, we were in under strike, air strike, cannon strike every day. That's almost impossible, not even to ride, just simply to imagine. It's so hard because if there is war, there is always death, there is always a financial crisis, there is always illness. We don't even have a medicine to do that. But when we ride a bicycle, we had we have also a good coach who inspired us to ride like carefully. We had a pace and halt, and mostly we started like after 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. because like before that we are not safe because it's dark, there is no light, and after we start training, we wear our t-shirts over the jerseys because we have to keep some psychological things to the society because people were hungry while we were riding a bicycle, and we also were hungry because we can eat only one bread, almost 100 gram.
So that's the kids, or one of the kids who are representing all the kids in Ethiopia. So what he's saying is basically they are still cycling during war. There is still conflict going on in and around where they ride their bikes, and they basically have a 1 kilometer loop where they ride on. They have to wait a certain amount of time. They can't start the ride until the tanks that when they usually leave, they leave at a certain time, so they have to wait until. Oh, I've been muted all of this time. Wow. No, I don't think so. It says my thing is muted. Not muted. There we go. Mute? I don't know. I'm not quite sure if it's muted or not. I hope not. So let's see. I'm gonna get some feedback. I don't care. I gotta check this. I just need to make sure this is recording. I got another subscriber. Nice. I'm not quite sure if it's muted or not. I hope not. So let's see. I'm gonna get some feedback. I'm gonna get some feedback. I don't care. It's from Ethiopia. So unfortunate. Maybe get
Crazy thing to do. Of course, it's very dangerous.
Okay, sorry about that. I had to just check.
Not only in war, we were.
I had to just check to make sure that there was audio playing, and there is audio playing. So it's a little icon coming up on my or my videos, like looking like the thing is muted. So basically, I was saying the kids of Ethiopia, these kids in Ethiopia, they they have cycling gear, and he said they have kits and everything, but they all wear these red shirts, and it's basically so that they can be identified that they are not part of anything. They are just kids out here trying to become good cyclists, and you can see what they're riding. They're riding like mountain bikes, and they don't have the best of gear and stuff. And it's a bit it's I know a little bit of how it feels to like not have what you want or you need, so that you can, especially if you love something and you want to be good at something, and then you see there are riders from your country racing in Europe, racing in the big tours. Like these kids are from Ethiopia, and they got a rider from Ethiopia. Like the ride I just posted. This is the kids from. What is going on? So I really have to practice more on this ecam, because it's confusing the heck out of me. It's definitely confusing the heck out of me. Oh, here we go. There it is. So this is basically, he is from Ethiopia, Raylan, and these kids obviously see and want to be where he is at, and they are doing everything they can. He has obviously the best bikes, the best gear, and everything, and these kids are doing it. At least they got cycling gear and they got gloves, and you can see they're riding mountain bikes, which is a shame that and a lot of these kids are probably amazingly talented. So I'm gonna just go to my I'm gonna go to my page and do a screenshot of my page, so you can see. So I can put it up, and you can see what I'm talking about as I talk about it. So it doesn't make sense me just agree. Yep. So let's bring that over here, and let's get a screenshot of this real quickly. And bish bash bosh. So I'm gonna bring this screenshot in. Desktop. There we go. So yeah, let's cover my face a little bit. So we want to. So basically, I might as well just leave it like this. So these kids, this is basically like one of the main driving like points behind why I want to do this cycling academy. My division is to start this academy. It's because I know there are a lot of kids on the continent of Africa from the different countries. These kids are from Ethiopia. There's a bunch of kids that in Eritrea that followed me, that have been messaging me because they've seen the webpage, and they want to help, and I want to be able to help them. You got like the Nigeria's got a really good cycling scene. You got Rwanda, who's going to be hosting the 2025 World Championships. Yeah, 2025, not 2024. and I'm gonna make sure that I'm there for that. And yeah, so there is so much talent right now ready to come out of the different countries in Africa, and this is like part of my vision to be able to help develop the kids that are really really talented. So that's what this is all about. That's what my uh, international youth cycling academy. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. So where is that screenshot? There we go. And what I need to do is close that and bring me back over here. So yeah, so I'm gonna let the kids play one more time so you can hear what they had to say before I get into La Volta.
Almost 100 gram. Okay, cycling in war is that's one crazy thing to do. Of course, it's very dangerous, and we not only in war, we were in under strike, airstrike, cannon strike every day. And that's almost impossible, not even to ride, just simply to imagine. It's so hard because if there is war, there is always death, there is always a financial crisis, there is always illness. We don't even have a medicine to do that. But when we ride a bicycle, we had we have also a good coach who inspired us to ride like carefully. We had a pace and halt, and mostly we started like after 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. because like before that we are not safe because it's dark, there is no light, and after we start training, we wear our t-shirts over the jerseys because we have to keep some psychological things to the society because people were hungry while we were riding a bicycle, and we also were hungry because we can eat only one bread, almost 100 gram.
So as you can see, these kids, let me get rid of that. So as you can see, these kids, they're basically just doing whatever they can to get on with it and stuff, and do their thing. Let me see if he didn't respond to me, so I guess he's not interested. Today. Osborne, I thought you'd be able to join me today, but I guess not. It's a shame. So I just matched it up with Max. I guess he has been promoting his event on Facebook and stuff. So it'd be cool if he was able to jump in. If he can, he can. I get you, bro. So let's get into our next thing, the La Volta, the Tour of Spain. So here we go. Let's bring up some of these pictures, boy. So we're gonna dust up, and where do we start? Not with that one. And that's track and field. Oh my goodness, I want to talk about the track and field so bad, but yeah, that's not today. That is not today. So, what is the big talk about La Volta, the Tour of Spain? And did I hit the wrong thing? I think I hit the wrong thing. Yep, so I hit the wrong thing. So, still, picture desktop. Should be that one. No, that one. Really? So there we go. We got some great pictures. So this was the scene yesterday for the Tour of Spain. This was This is looks like this is you can't even you can just about only because I can see a little white stripe at the top of the helmet that I can make out that it's them, and they were the only team that really had to ride in pitch black. And let's just go to Remco. We're just gonna let Remco tell you how he felt about the opening prologue of the La Volta, the Tour of Spain. So where did I? Now the thing is to remember where did I put Remco? I think it's in downloads. Let's go. Let's go. Some angry man would say, "Let's go." You gotta remember where you put it, Mr. Loopy. Unity Pro. And this is something you're definitely gonna want to see. And what I like about Remco is like it's like he's letting his feelings be known, and like where a lot of people tend to be like hush hush and don't really want to say anything. They're worried about repercussions and you know yeah just yeah he's top tier anyway, so he's the top of the pack in order. So um he has the power to speak his mind, and he definitely is doing that. And we've sent it over, and now we can't remember where we put it to. So I'm gonna just keep rambling on while I find this Ethiopia kids measurements. So which one did I push? Did I push the right one? Yes, I did. Where's Remco? Come on, where is Remco? Oh, sorry. I'll get it together. That's downloads. What? That's too late. I know how to change the tire. Nope. I think I put something. I think I might have put something. It shouldn't be in desktop. Okay. One more time. By cleaning business can be Clement. House measurements. Where is Remco? So that means I have to send it across again. Matt Stevens. Movies, PR lineup, Trouble, Snowfall, Sosa, Soleil. Okay. Well, let's just do that again. Okay, let's just do that again. Where are we? I'll click that one. Oh, so it's a movie. Not that one. No. Nope. Downloads. It's got to be here. Oh no, I did it already. No, I didn't do it. I thought I sent that across. Okay, well let's do that now. Let's do that now, Mr. Luby. So I'm gonna just now gonna bring in Remco Evenepoel, and just waiting for it to download real quickly. Once it downloads, then we'll let it play because you have to hear what he had to say. It was pretty. It actually sounds a lot like me, and because I got into some trouble when I used to first speaking my mind. So let's hear Remco Evenepoel speaking his mind. And where are we? I put I guess I didn't because I got caught up with all the other stuff I was doing and I forgot to do this. Okay, it's in downloads and we can go to movies and downloads. Where are you? Remco. There we go. Now we're getting business. Let's do it. This is hold on to your hats. Here we go. And I need to remove that. Hold on to your heads. And put one more title. Remco. I should put his whole name, but anyway, here we go.
On the highway in the full dark without any lights is just, I mean, what I just want to say is that look, you guys have all to put lights on your cameras, which means it's dark. So can you imagine if you're sitting in the wheel, getting water in the face, not seeing 1 meter in front of you? It's just super dangerous, and for sure tomorrow everybody will criticize me for saying this, but it's just dangerous. It's just dangerous. It's like riding your car 200 kilometers an hour on the highway in the full dark without any lights. Is just, I think today what the organization should know is that it's just dangerous and they should think about safety. What I just want to say.
So let's let it play back once again, but then I'm going to put the picture up so you can see what he's talking about.
I just want to say is that look, you guys have all to put lights on your cameras, which means it's dark. So can you imagine if you're sitting in the wheel, getting water in the face, not seeing 1 meter in front of you? It's just super dangerous, and for sure tomorrow everybody will criticize me for saying this, but it's just dangerous. It's just dangerous. It's like riding your car 200 kilometers an hour on the highway in the full dark without any lights. Is just, I think today what the organization should know is that it's just dangerous and they should think about safety. What I just want to say.
So as you can see, what he's talking about, like, you look at the picture. Look at the picture. It's absolutely, like, the only reason they can see is because of the car lights that are shining behind them and are guiding the way. And on top of that, it's pissing down with the rain. I mean, really coming down with rain. I think I might have to edit that bit out because it had that music playing in the background and it might get flagged. I'm pretty sure that's going to get flagged and it won't let me upload the video. But yeah, it's crazy. Like, everyone else started, like, because they started so late in the day, by the time they got to Citadel, what is it? It's not Quick Step, Citadel, can't even remember the name of the team anymore. But time they got to Remco Evenepoel and his team, it was dark. So all the other teams got to leave out during the daylight, like the waning hours of daylight. And Remco and Citadel had to basically race in I think is it Citadel Little? No, I don't think so. But they had to race in the dark, and so they don't have lights on the bike. And who's gonna have lights on the bike? Sorry, in a major tour event. So he just let his feelings be known. I want to play it again, but I can't because I just realized music is playing in the background. I didn't know it was music playing in the background. So I need to find like where he's speaking without the music playing. But this is this is. He talked about the organization. He talked about the directors and the planning people whoever put the event on, the event organizers. And this, hindsight is always 2020, but for something like this to happen, and the only reason that the teams that were the best teams didn't win was because of the conditions. The team that started off first, it was daylight. It had just started raining. The roads were still wet, but not as wet as you see what they are on now. So basically, the roads are so horrible. Let's have a look. Like, they literally, in the corners, there were like massive puddles in the corners that they were riding through, and there were quite a few riders that slid out and stuff. So it was So if you want to see who the team is, this is Sudal Quickstep. This is the whole team. Well, as much as you can see, it's like a really good shot. Let me just get myself out of the way. It's just a really good shot of the team, the Sudal. It is Sudal Quickstep. Because yeah, for some reason it's like, because they've changed. The reason why I'm having issues like remember who is because they've changed the like names, because Lotto, I think it used to be Lotto Sudal. Now it's Sudal Quickstep, and Lotto is now, I can't even remember. It's just yeah. So that's just slipped my mind, and that's only because I haven't been watching the racing lately. I haven't been watching the races, so that's gonna happen. So it's just slipped my mind. So as you can see, this is a really cool picture, and you can see, look at the sky. It's dark. It's not that it's like an effect put on there. It's dark, and there's tons of light and everything on the stage, and this stage itself that they took off on was the stage that they took off on was actually like a wooden painted surface. So they had to be extra careful when they were taking off from the starting ramp. So they made like a massive starting ramp that led them from like the ocean. Like they basically were starting over the ocean. So I gotta show you these shots of Remco. Like the young man was furious. I mean, he was furious yesterday. He was oh my goodness, he was furious because like some of the stuff that he was saying was like not only the fact that it was dark and you couldn't see. These guys are the best in the world, so their speeds are going to be massive. Their speeds are going to be high, and to have to do that in the dark is one thing, and then you're blinded by lack of light, and then you also got another factor where you can't see because of the tire spray that's in front of you. So it's a double whammy. So yeah, and you got to be careful. You can't go into the corners too hot. Your perception for like how you would normally take a corner when it's raining and it's wet, it just leaves you. You just have to be overly cautious, and we're gonna see why. You just have to. Yeah, he was furious. He had every right to be upset, and he was, and he let the organizers know. So let's look at this picture. This is a team that went earlier, and this is before Sudal Quickstep went, and you can see it's still almost dark here. The car lights are, so going into this corner, as you can see the water coming up to splashing up. Look at the front wheel. It's they're almost hydroplaning, so they had to take these corners really, really like cautiously, because it's just so much water, so much rain. This is Alpecin Deceuninck, and just after this corner, they lost their rider that slid out, and they were on for a good time. So how the team time trial works? It's not the first rider that crosses, it's the fifth rider. So 5 riders have to cross, and then time stops after the 5 riders. So they were on for a quick time, and then as they were getting, looks like they were going to be up, on the podium, one of the riders slid out in the corner right after this. So then they had to slow down to wait for the fifth rider because they don't get a time until that fifth rider comes across. And it's a couple more shots of the day, the event. And then I want to talk about, like, because something else happened today in two races. The same thing happened in two races, in the La Volta and the I think it's the Irwin. That's what race was that today? Where are we? So another race is the Renui, the Renui Tour stage. So it was pretty amazing what transpired today in two separate races. Pretty much the same thing happened in two separate races, which is sort of unheard of, really. And so this is just showing you, like, the so right after that corner with that rider I was showing you playing into the water, there he is sliding out. So now the team has to slow down, wait for this guy to get up, and then they can carry back on, because they can't finish. They can't, they can't get their finish time until the fifth rider, rolls across in a group. So they go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the time stops on the fifth rider, and they lost quite a bit of time. So as you can see, he's pretty much he just pretty much jumped right back up because there's so much water. You don't get hurt too much. You maybe get a little, like, scratch or a little rash. You tear up your jersey here and there, but you're just sliding across because it's all wet and water between you. So that's the only good thing about going down on a wet day, is you're gonna get little to no injuries. And the only time you do get the major injuries when it's wet or you go down, like, it's when your front wheel goes out from under you. And almost on all occasions when that front wheel goes out from under you, it slips out really quickly and you fall to the ground a lot faster. And you tend to, like, pop or break something, like I did myself. I didn't break anything, but I was unconscious for about 20. I was out for about a good 10 to 15 minutes. I remember seeing, people around me and helping me out and stuff, but I was out because I had went into a corner. It was wet, and we must have been going like 5 miles per hour, but there was a lot of pebbles and stuff in the corner. And when I got the pebbles just my wheel out, and I just went straight down to the side of my helmet. And even with the impact of the helmet, it still rendered me unconscious for a little bit. So that's probably the only time I can remember being, having to be, like, taken out of the race because I was just unfit to race. There was, like, no concussion protocol, but I didn't need it. You just knew, like, and then my good buddy of mine, Dana, was racing as well, and he was in the group, and, like, he was going round, and then I think, like, the fifth or sixth time he said, and he realized that I wasn't getting up. So this was after about 10 minutes, and then he stopped, and then pretty much my team just came around, and, people, they got the ambulance, and they got me off to the hospital, and they took care of me. So, yeah, and that was a moment to remember that I don't quite remember. So, but it is what it is. So let's so that's about everything. Ethiopian kids, we talked about them, kids from Ethiopia that are riding in the war-torn country doing their best, and the One Love is next week. So all those people who are doing the One Love ride next week, have fun, enjoy yourself. Bahani, he is the only rider from Africa. He's from Ethiopia, and he's representing Ethiopia. And those kids that are riding in the war-torn country, the country that's in conflict, he's obviously a massive inspiration for those kids, and they continue to try to ride and do their things despite of the conditions. And obviously the Ramco Evenepoel rant, which we just played, but we can't play that again because it had some music in the background, and I'm pretty sure that's going to get flagged because of the music. And like I said, just remembering Sule, rider from Team Amani, who while traveling to the U.S. to race with Team Amani, he passed away. He was an amazing athlete. He was definitely going to do big things in the sport endurance mountain bike riding. So that's a whole nother sport. That's a tough sport. So endurance mountain bike riding, they tend to ride into 2-man teams, and yeah. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. It's coming up to the top. It's 9 o'clock. That's my bedtime. So it's coming up to the top of the hour. So let's talk about which picture should we leave up? Let's get rid of that one. Let's get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. Doesn't matter which one you leave up. So, even though the time trial picture, this is still La Volta. Let's talk about stage 2 of La Volta. Stage 2 of La Volta was won by, let's see, close that. Stage 2. La Volta. Stage 2 was won by Andreas Kron from Lotto Destiny. So that's what the name of the team is, Lotto Destiny. And Renewey Tour was won by the final stage was won by Team Wellens. And the reason I'm talking about both of these at the same time because they've had a similar type of debacle towards the end. And what happened was that so because the finish and everything was so sketchy, so like the riders would be were complaining this is ridiculous, we can't be riding and this type of stuff, this is just, it's insane. So after going over the course and seeing some of the corners and whatnot, and it just the riders were protesting, and it just got, they didn't stop the race for anything. So this is what they did. In the La Volta, they actually finished the race. The finish line finished 9 kilometers early. So basically they were racing for the 9-kilometer point. That was the finish line. And then they were still allowed to continue, but what happens is they neutralize the race so that everyone gets the same time, or whatever time you reached 9 kilometers, that's the time you got. So all of the favorites, when they got to kilometer 9, they stopped and they just cruised in because they didn't want to risk any injuries or getting hurt or whatnot. So yeah, they stopped, and then the guys that wanted to race for the stage, they went on and raced for the stage, and whatever sprinters in, and it was a really good finish. And his name is Andreas Kron. He won the stage. So they neutralized the race from 9 kilometers. So the race is 181 miles. So if you minus 9 from 81, so that's 80. That's 72. So at kilometer 172 is when the race finished, which is sort of crazy if you think about it. And then, they just roll in for the last 9 kilometers. And basically it was all based around that the course was so dangerous and sketchy with the weather. And then you go to the Renewey Tour. Where was that? That's in Belgium. That was in Belgium. And yeah, we had Belgium. The top 3 was Belgium's today. Tim Wellens, Florian Vermeesch, and Yves Lampaert. So those were the top 3 finish for the Renewey Tour. So in the Renewey Tour, what they did was 5K from the finish, they stopped they did the same thing. They neutralized the race for 5K to go. So they were basically racing to the point where it's 5K instead of racing to the end. And they cited similar conditions, that it was just too dangerous for them to race. But then the commentators were speaking and they were looking at the course and stuff, and it was they were trying to what are they on about? It's almost like now we know that the riders are worth lots of money, and all of that stuff, and they they gotta race all the time. They don't want to be injured. They don't want to get caught up in crashes. But at the same time, it feels like they're crying a lot. They're just crying a lot about a lot of little things, and I do get the concern, but um like one of the NASCAR guys say, rubbing is racing. So basically, that to say that this is sorry, just checking to see how loud I'm talking. But this is what it is. If it actually happens to snow, then you gotta keep riding. And we had an incident earlier in the year where it actually started to snow, and the riders are like, "No, we're not doing this," and they pulled over, and I was like, "What?" Yeah, it snowed hard. It snowed hard for like a good a hard flurry for a few minutes. It didn't last more than maybe 15 minutes, but it wasn't sticking. It wasn't like the type of snow where it's piling up and then the wheels can't maneuver and stuff because you need to put snow tires on or something. It wasn't that type of snow. It was just thick and heavy. It was hitting the body because the body, and it's piling up on the body because obviously the body's getting cooler, so the snow wouldn't melt off the body as quickly. But it wasn't sticking to the road. It wasn't piling up on anything. So basically, a breakaway had gotten away, and the breakaway had started to ride into sunshine, so the snow had passed. So it's crazy, like and then you fast forward to today, and deciding like the conditions are too rough, and they're, you know, as far as I'm concerned, man, they just need to adjust. I mean, you can't go full gas everywhere. So because the conditions are such and such, you gotta slow down, and you gotta, just use a bit of caution. But the other thing is that it's what speaks to me is the lack of bike handling skills. There are some guys in the peloton, their bike handling skills are off the hook, and there are some guys in the peloton that just are just fast and just go forward fast as heck. And that's about it. So yeah, it just seemed weird to me. It just seemed really weird to me that they stopped the race prematurely for the snow early in the year, and then they ended the race prematurely today. Two different races, same thing. What's the chances? If you were to to think to put money, that wouldn't even come into your mind. Oh, two races are going to get neutralized today. More than 5K before the finish. That is crazy. That is just super crazy. So it's starting now. So you're going to see more of it next year. And I think one of the only races that you can pretty assured that you're not going to get any nonsense, and it's just going to be straight racing regardless of the weather conditions or whatnot. It's Paris-Roubaix, Paris-Roubaix, and that is what it is. So yeah, I'm gonna just take off. I think that's everything I wanted to talk about today. So this is the recovery ride. This is it's so funny. People talk about recovery rides, and there are people that post memes and stuff. Yeah, today was supposed to be a recovery ride, and we rode harder than we rode in the race. So yeah, it's funny. It's funny. So I don't know what's going on right now with me. Like as far as riding my bike, I haven't been riding my bike too much. I've been doing quite a bit of strength training, and I will be, hopefully later on in the just closer to the winter and stuff, probably be getting a kicker or something to train on inside. So because the weather's going to start getting inclement, and I'm not riding outside. That's crazy. It's going to get inclement, and I have a Clement. Over there. So yeah, so like I said, I'm going to get the green screen fixed up. I got it up, so I'm gonna get that painted sometime this week. So I gotta give it a nice sand down, so it's good and it's good to go. So you want the paint to be on there nice and even and stuff. So we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll take it outside and sand it down and paint it tomorrow. But I got plenty of sandpaper, and I get on with it, and I do all of that. And I thank you for checking out this video. We're gonna chop this up. We're definitely gonna chop this up. I may even do it tomorrow, and get some clips out tomorrow. And that's about it. Let's run this let's run my bad boy one more time. My outro, my awesome intro, outro, and thank you guys for watching. Remember to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. You know how we do. We're gonna be doing this on Fridays. The cycling talks will tend to be a little bit more serious, and hopefully we'll get some guests in as well in cycling talk. And I need to eat some more food. I just ate a big bowl of something, and I'm hungry. This is because I've been doing the strength training, and I'm literally just trying to. I've actually put on almost 10 pounds in the past 3 weeks, and yeah, I'm eating more, but obviously I'm gaining a little bit of muscle, and I can tell the difference. No, I'm not got any massive gains, but I'm not like the skeleton from my original skeleton of a figure is starting to leave. So yeah, that's about it. That's the one thing that I do notice, that it looks like I at least have skin on the bones now, because before it looked like the skin was basically saran wrap to the bones before, but now I can actually feel it. And so I'm doing a workout with a guy named Ashton Hall, and he is a beast. Killing me, man. He's killing me, man, but I'm enjoying it. So let's do this outro. Like I say, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and thanks for joining us, and we'll catch you on Friday. Oh, I think I have to, so let's get rid of that. One more. And here we go. Sever your legs, media. You know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Thanks. We got lots of stuff coming up.